scratch through the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallow now. If you are constantly feeling like you are pushing at the top, like you are straining, like you're feeling fatigue after you sing, or like your voice is cracking and you're just not really sure what to do anymore, but you know that you're pushing your voice too hard, this video is for you. My name's Kate, and I've been singing formally for over 30 years. I used to push my voice at the top all the time. It needs to be loud. It needs to feel like I'm really doing something. Over time, I learned that actually the opposite is true, and that everything starts from a very small place. If you want to learn about how to begin singing in a way that is sustainable, that is healthy, that feels good, and that allows you to uncover your authentic voice and express yourself freely without feeling shame that you're singing in a way that is not sounding or feeling good, this is the right place to be. I've been working with a student who's been singing for decades and was running into this problem. He knew that he was doing something wrong at the passaggio and above, that it was feeling like really tight, that sometimes the notes would crack or break, that his performance was inconsistent, and he never knew what was going to happen when he had a concert, a show, a performance. Over the last few months, we have been stripping away those bad habits and revealing what is the natural voice beneath everything, and how you can still create a powerful dynamic, both in terms of volume and emotion, without having to shout and push and feel like you really have to apply so much force, especially at the top of the voice. And I put this very simply to him. I call it the 80% rule. And every time I feel like he's over singing, I'll say 80%. Oftentimes, when we're in that kind of habit of pushing, we think like we need to go all in for us to be able to produce something of emotion and of volume, but that is not the case. Volume comes from the right facial posture and the right amount of support and airflow. Think about it this way. When you have more pressure and you have more air that is pushing through the vocal cords, you have more of your body underneath it. That's creating volume. That's creating a potential there. And also, when we open our mouth a specific way, especially on high notes, we allow that sound to be colored and shaped and to release. And the whole throat feels very good. It feels free. I like to think about the throat as the passageway. This is not where we want to be muscling around and tensing and trying to do something. And it's really common because we don't have any proprioception in our vocal cords. We can't actually feel them doing anything. We have the dominant kind of chest muscles for the chest voice, right? And these are the muscles that are thicker and shorter that help us with those kind of frequencies. And then we switch over after the passaggio to the long, thin ones that stretch and vibrate at this kind of stretched frequency. And these are more delicate, right? And so you can't push through that because you're going to create inflammation. You're going to create strain. Your voice is going to it's going to crack. Especially when we're going high, we want to keep the onset of our note a lot smaller. And then we shape, and then we apply more pressure, and then the volume comes from the right place. I like to think of the 80% kind of like, when you're just singing along with something for fun, when you're in your car, when you're just practicing a song, learning the melody, and you're not singing at full voice. You might be like, I'm off the deep end, watches I in, I'll never meet the ground. Kind of like falsetto-ish, a little bit airy, but it's not pushed and it's not strained, right? But if we want to add volume to this in a way that's healthy, in a way that's not shouting, if you think about your 100%, I'm going full volume for it. I'm not even going to do it because I know that once I put my voice in that place of tension and of strain that it's hard to get out of it. And my body's going to want to protect me from that. I haven't been singing that way for a long time. I just think about this as kind of where I want to be. And then I use my whole body, right? So I breathe in deeply. I'm going to pull the lower abdominals in towards my spine. I'm going to be like propelling the air up and through this free throat. And I'm going to be making space here, lifting the soft palate in the back with a half yawn, opening my mouth more, allowing the chin to drop, getting the tongue behind my bottom teeth. I'm of the deep end, watch as I dive in. And that's the 80% rule. I'm actually doing something with a lot of volume, with a lot of dynamic, with a lot of emotion. I'm singing loudly, but there is no strain here. It's all coming from the full body and from the proper facial posture. So what you can do is when you're singing a song and you're used to going to that very, very loud 100% place where you feel like you're pushing, you know it's not quite right, but you've just been doing it this way and you're like, I can't really let go of that way of doing it. Instead, think of 80%. I'm of the deep end, watch as I dive in. Okay, that's good. That wasn't strained, but I still want to add more to it. I want to add more torque to it. I'm of the deep end, watch as I dive in. Notice how I'm also opening my mouth more. I'm stretching. I'm allowing space for that note to color. And I'm really focused on bringing the abdominal in, bringing this pressure, and feeling like the breath before it is preparing me as well, right? You can't just go in raw and be like, oops, I forgot to breathe. It's got to be the full expansion, the diaphragm expanding, releasing that abdominal tension, and then boom, bringing the pressure in. You can kind of lean into it afterwards, but it's starting from a smaller place. So you're also kind of bringing your shoulders back. You're using the back muscles. You're really using the full body to sing it. I'm of the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never meet the ground. Crash to the surface where they can't hurt us. We're far from the shallow now. And then it's also the contrast, right? It's like when you go to a lighter place, you're not just like full volume singing the whole way. That 80% rule also allows you to tap into a different kind of dynamic range where you don't just equate volume and power with emotional depth and expression. It's like sometimes pulling back the dial, becoming softer is going to help you as well. I hope that this video helps you guys. What you can do is just practice your songs at that 80%. Write a comment below. Let me know if this is something that's helpful for you. Try bringing in the abdomen. Try really supporting, opening up the back, opening up the shoulders, and just starting from a place that feels a little bit smaller inside, but that actually comes across way more powerfully out here. Thank you guys so much.